All right, let's do Heartbreakers, 2001 movie. Romantic movies generally don't do it for me. But this is a romantic comedy, and putting romance into comedy is always a good idea. It's more likely to get guys to go watch it. And this movie is quite funny. Jennifer Love Hewitt, you would think, wouldn't have many comedic chops, but she's actually not. She's actually a very good actress. You know, not even when I take stars off at the end of this movie, into this movie review, it's because of how distracting Jennifer Love Hewitt is in this movie. There's too many times with Jennifer Love Hewitt in a bikini, and I have to rewind the scene because what were they talking about? I missed it. Jennifer Love Hewitt in 2001. Whew. Sigourney Weaver looked pretty good too, you know, in this movie. All right, so there are a couple of con girls. They romance rich men and get them to marry them, and then they frame them for infidelity, and they get like half his money. That's their con. All right, so there are a couple of con women, and they go around like marrying guys and stuff like that. And it's a shame I couldn't find a picture with Ray Liotta on it because he's in this, Jason Lee's in this, and obviously Gene Hackman. But I guess they put the biggest names on, and the hottest chicks obviously always going. And so at the beginning of the movie, it starts with Sigourney Weaver marrying a Ray Liotta's character, and Ray Liotta's character, he's got like a chop shop. You know, he's a city guy who steals cars and chops them up and stuff like that. It's an illegal business, obviously. But obviously he's got like he's got to account for it in some legal way, you know, under the table kind of things. And so, but he marries Sigourney Weaver's character, but she's like, she says, I'm super religious, no sex before marriage, right? And so they get married, and he's like, let's do this. I've never waited so long for a chick, you know, that kind of thing. And she's like teasing him more and more and more, and he's like, and then she pretends to fall asleep, and he's like, ugh. It's hilarious. It's real. She's really cock teasing him, if you know what I mean. And he's incredibly frustrated. And this is all intentional. Sigourney Weaver's doing this all intentionally. And so Ray Liotta goes to the office in the morning where Jennifer Love Hewitt is working as his secretary. All right. And she's wearing this cute little gray dress. And she's like, bent, oh, I dropped the papers and stuff like that. And Ray Liotta, being a man, couldn't resist. And then at that moment, that's like when Sigourney Weaver's supposed to come in and catch them, and then it's over, and then she takes him to court, gets half his money. That works. All right? And there's a subplot with Jennifer Love Hewitt wants to go out on her own because it's a mother and daughter team. That's mother and daughter in the movie. They're not really. I don't think. So, Jennifer Love Hewitt wants to go out on her own, and her mother's like, no, I want to keep you. She's a mom and wants to keep her around. And so, there's this thing that happens where they lost all their money, and she's like, fine, we got to do one more job. I want it to be big. So they pick in Palm Beach, Florida. They go to, and they pick out this tobacco baron played by Gene Hackman, who is just excellent at playing a revolting person. I mean, I'm a smoker, but this guy is like a chain smoker and vicious and apparently doesn't own a toothbrush. And it must have been a fun character for him to play, you know, because it's just revolting. And so Sigourney Weaver pretends to be a Russian chick. Speak some Russian. I don't know how to say, you know, that kind of stuff all the time, and like makes inroads with Gene Hackman in order to get his millions and so forth. And Jennifer Love Hewitt she's thinking she wants to do her own con while this is going on, but she ends up like meeting Jason Lee and like feelings start sparking between them or something like that, and they've obviously took Ray Liotta's money and were long gone. And Ray Liotta's just moping about his chop shop, you know. It's like doesn't know. It's like he's heartbroken, literally heartbroken. And he's like, I never really cared about anyone this much. Why do I keep thinking about her? And his friend is like, she's the only girl that ever dumped you. And he's like, oh. So Ray Liotta like realizes he loves her and goes and tries to find her. Find her, he does. And it's also these moments where Sigourney Weaver is like, oh, he wasn't so bad. Oh, he wasn't so terrible. You know, she kind of liked him, you know. And then finally he finds her and he like just professes his love and like offers her a ring. I want to marry you again. I want to marry you again. And it's really kind of cute. If anything, Ray Liotta is my favorite character in this movie because he has like the best character arc, right? But then he starts to get involved. Sigourney Weaver's sort of flattered, and he starts getting involved with these ladies again, and he realizes what they're up to. It's like, oh, you're running another con like this again. So he gets involved with their criminal enterprise, but the whole time he's with them, he's like, see, it hurts when you mess with people's feelings, isn't it? And stuff like that. And Ray Liotta, he drops a few pearls of wisdom in the movie when talking like with Sigourney Weaver, because they kind of like develop a relationship. They liked each other, and genuinely liked each other. And the same thing happened with Jennifer, what's her name? Jennifer Love Hewitt and Jason Lee. I was thinking Jennifer Jason Lee. And so that's like the romance angles between Ray Liotta and Sigourney Weaver and Jennifer Jason Lee. Jennifer Love Hewitt and Jason Lee. And, they're trying to work this con. I don't want to spoil the ending. Let's just say happily ever after. Let's just say that. Like any good romance should. And so it's a fun movie. It takes these awful people and it kind of like holds up a mirror to them during the course of the movie, where they take a good look at themselves and like what they're doing, and that it's evil. Yeah, it could be easy money, but it's evil. Toying with people's feelings and stuff like that, and it's not good. So, Heartbreakers, 2001 movie, 9 of 13 stars. Too much Jennifer Jason Leigh skin. It's distracting. And why did Jason Lee get constantly cast in these movies like this? Is he good looking or something? Because I don't get it. I really don't.